Hello there, Internet. Mogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today I got a cool duo for you guys. And no, I will not stop it with the Freljord puns. Every time I play a Freljord deck, you're gonna have to deal with that, at least in my deck text. Anyways, I thought about combining two champions that you don't generally see together much at all. And those are ASHE and LUX in what is a bit of a Frost Mageseeker mid-range deck, I guess is how I would label this. This is not like a random idea or me trying to be edgy, though when it comes to me building decks, it's always a little bit of that. Like I want to be original and I want to feature underrated strategies or unorthodox concepts outside of the meta. And this is something that I've been really wanted to delve into for quite a bit, because I feel like ASHE and Frostbite in general is really strong with single combat. In my eyes, single combat is one of the most powerful and in a way defining cards from Demacia as a whole. And naturally, while most of you, or most of us rather, are used to seeing nowadays Demacia in pretty much a mono Demacia Bannerman shell with a bit of a splash or something, there are other ways to build Demacia, though Demacia and Freljord specifically is not really a region combination that you see too often at all. And I think the main reason for this is because when you combine these two, your card draw resources are not really there. And unlike mono Demacia, which has a really strong curve and cards that can generate quite a bit of value for themselves because of their well-distributed stat lines and, pretty straightforward but strong nonetheless synergies. When you combine Demacia with Freljord and some Frostbite mechanics, one of the things that I've noticed every time I play any sort of ASHE deck is that you run out of gas really fast, because Frostbite effects don't really net you value unless you have units on the board and you're making favorable trades thanks to them. A lot of times you're using these Frostbites to prevent damage, and that makes you go down in card advantage. And eventually, if you don't have proper card draw in your deck, you are prone to running out of gas, right? And I think that's the main reason why you don't see these two regions combined much at all as of now. I think this can change in upcoming sets as more card draw resources are introduced into the card pool for all regions. And yeah, basically I still think it's worth it though, because I really like single combat, like I said, with Frostbite. I think ASHE with single combat is really powerful, and I aim to mitigate the lack of card draw with a very powerful value engine in the late game that can net me a lot of good trades and card advantage through some spell synergy, and that is of course LUX. Because first of all, when you think about combining Demacia and Freljord, you were combining ASHE and Fiora. And while I did try this, I ultimately found very little success with it as I was playtesting it on my own, due to this glaring weakness of us running out of steam, right? And I think LUX just really mitigates that hole and helps us. Also happens to synergize really well with harsh winds as well. One of the cool things about this deck is that the Mageseekers, as you can see, we're playing all of them. We're playing the Persuader, the Investigator as a 2-of, and the Insider as a 2-of as well. And these guys are actually enabled by harsh winds, as it is a 6-mana play that is very defining in Frostbite decks in general. So this, alongside Remembrance, enables us to very easily get the requirement going. And also Harsh Winds is a neat burst speed spell to enable a final spark immediately, which is also fantastic. On top of that, we have a full set of Swiftwing Lancer. This used to be a Radiant Guardian at first to mitigate our potential lackluster matchup against aggro decks. But ultimately, the overall value of the Swiftwing Lancer, on top of the fact that it's a challenger at 5 mana as well, and challengers work great with ASHE for obvious reasons. As we're frostbiting the strongest opponent, every time we attack with ASHE, we can use the challengers to either eliminate the frostbitten units or eliminate the remaining pesky blockers that could potentially trade into ASHE. And that's why, if you want to play an ASHE mid-range list, I would always suggest you incorporate a good challenger backbone into it. And I think Fang Wolf is an absolute staple of the archetype because of his really strong, unique ability, at least regarding the core set for now. So yeah, with Swift Lancer, we have another challenger, and we have a way to help us not run out of gas as easily, as his last breath effect is translating into card advantage potentially. And we have a very nasty late game with the potential of Tiana Crown Guard, or as I like to call her, Angry Women. Angry Women is a very powerful finisher in this deck, and I think overall a very underrated Demacia card. She tends to, you know, be the shadow of, I guess, Relentless Pursuit in most people's minds, but in the right deck, Tiana Crown Guard's 7/7 with tough body is a big deal to, you know, incorporate on top of the rally effect that you get with her. And naturally, rally effects are very strong with ASHE, as if we manage to level her up, we'll be able to deny the opponent's blockers and thus punch through the defenses and prevent them from blocking us as we set up multiple attacks. So I like her as a one-off in this deck a lot because of that. And Judgment as well as a good way to mostly against more swarmy aggressive tactics, but potentially against Demacia decks as well, as this can be a really neat way to you know, get back on a losing board state. And that is the deck list right there. Instead of, in many ways, this deck plays quite similarly, as we have the Iceville Archer, which can be utilized alongside challengers in a similar way to how the Bryce Steel Protector works as well, right? And overall, this is a very, very fun deck that did pretty well for me, and I felt like sharing it. So if you want to try something new, a different way to play ASHE, and I guess not as popular champion combination, then I encourage you to try this deck out and let me know what you think of it yourselves. So I got some good gameplay for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoy that, and that's all I gotta say. Have a solid day. Thank you for watching my videos. This intro was not as long as I thought it was gonna be, so yeah, I'm getting better. I think I'm going more straight to the point with my deck text without sacrificing content and you know, a little bit of rambling regarding cards. So yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoy the matches, and that's all I gotta say. Have a solid day, enjoy the games. I'll see you tomorrow. Will give us more card value. Will help us not run out of gas so easily. I'm gonna drop Lux and the Archer, as the Archer is generally very bad in this matchup because Vile Feast and Withering Wail are a thing. Deny is also a thing, but I do want to try to go for the Remembrance.
I knew, and now.
Now that he drops that, we don't have to worry about a Deny. Yeah, we get a nice pull off of that too, which is really neat. I could play the ASHE now.
A true Freljordian welcome.
But I feel like I'm better off playing the Archer here, because playing an ASHE into a Grasp of the Undying is not really where I want to be. This Archer will enable me pretty much get rid of this Emerald Awakener for free.
The balance.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this Lancer is gonna go a long way in making this deck better, especially with ASHE. Like, yeah, the matchup against aggro, like Radiant Guardian is good against aggro, but
All the world
I'm actually gonna play ASHE, because this enables Flash Freeze to happen.
They will beg for death. I own you.
The time is right. Strike now. Show me a target.
Arrows at the ready.
I should have attacked with this first in case he has like a Spirit's Refuge, like a random one. I like this attack though.
death.
Ancient things trapped in the ice.
I love Tiana here. Dude, I think this card is amazing. I think this card is... I really like Tiana. Every time I draw into Tiana, like, I feel great.
What delightful agony we shall inflict.
Winter take you.
God, this deck is actually really... It's low-key really neat.
Eyes blazing bright as torches.
As the arrow flies, my aim is true.
The Order rewards its faithful.
All the world on one arrow.
Night falls.
Swiftly now.
You gotta believe me.
You cannot escape.
Vengeance? Show me the vengeance. Show me the vengeance.
Continue without me.
I can't quite get him. If I can draw into a single combat here.
Magic has no place here.
I need to detain for the incoming karma. I can detain and Tiana on the same turn, which is really relevant. Because if I detain and force a deny, that's pretty much 9 mana gone from this turn. And with this challenger on board, it makes it very likely that I could potentially finish him
I will
off.
play my part.
We pass. Always pass. There it is. I could have detained in response to that. I could have detained in response to that and gone for the Tiana kill. I could have done that. But he still... I could have done that, actually. I could have detained my Swiftwind Lancer in response. No, but then a Vile Feast keeps him alive.
I'm actually here.
Why are you not elite, dear?
I will keep us safe.
We don't have to worry about a karma. He does have a vile feast. Okay. Okay, so what if I detain this? 6, 8, 11. I don't have lethal on him.
Strike down the corrupted. My path is clear.
New recruit reporting in.
Take your place. We've much to do.
Student and senpai. We play Tiana now. We have detained backup. We have a challenger to place this at the very far end. And if he has a judgment, then we have the counter. So we go for it now. We 100% go for this now.
We have prevailed.
We have prevailed. Fuck yeah. What's so crazy about this deck is that it seems we haven't lost a single control matchup today. So it's kind of like performing the opposite of what I expected it to. Like I thought I was gonna struggle with control and have a good matchup against Bannerman, but we've had the opposite happen. So let's try to like tweak this and make it good against Bannerman. I mean, I think the Lancer already goes a long way. I think even in that matchup, like it showed why the Lancer is so good in this deck. Like I should have always ran Lancer in this. Like Lancer with Frostbite, like challengers with Frostbite in general are super good, and the fact that this thing leaves me a unit behind, like this is fantastic. All right, aggro. We did throw away Radiant Guardian, and that could cost us here, but oh well. I'll take a loss over Jinx discard every day over another loss against Bannerman. God, I got so salty that first game because that was ridiculous, man. Triple single combat. Oh, that just killed me. That actually just killed me. We're gonna keep this in. It's honestly as good as it gets.
Don't worry, I've read all about this. Putting study into practice.
I like. I've been playing the Astute Academic in my discard version as well. I really like this card in the deck with Rummage and Experimenter and Jinx. It's a pretty nasty 2-drop. I'm gonna pass for now.
A foray into the field? How exciting!
Winter take you.
I brought my books. Hope that's all right.
Oh my god.
Arrows at the ready.
Nothing but a footnote.
No. Come on.
Now I've lost my place.
Come on. You know you want to. Alright, we got rid of one.
Let's test my theorem.
My life for Avarosa.
My writing.
How about you give me the challenger? I'll take that one too. I can't get mad about pulling a cavalry.
Just you and me, fishbones.
And this Brutal Steel onto you is gonna be really neat.
The sun rock got me good. There's a blast from the past. Well,
I'm actually gonna play the Mageseeker Investigator.
Will you comply?
Or are you complicit? Because I like that 3 health stat.
helps not at all.
Do your worst.
I'll give you to the count of like that. Everyone goes boom! They got me.
You navigate around my brittle steel by leveling up Jinx like that. I want to play the wolf here. Float that mana. There's my girl.
We can do this.
We can do this.
Just you and me, Fishbones.
Uh-oh.
And then
Uh-oh.
now it's a party. Pushing my limits. Let's brighten up their day.
Arigato gozaimasu. We're going down to 9 after this. We gotta be careful and start trying to apply more damage. I'm actually happy I didn't choose to block with this.
A beacon through the dark.
I could have played the Babbling Burr,
I'm on the verge of something.
but I'd rather wait because I want to have the single combat enabled.
Will no one listen?
We gotta end this game soon. He's drawing through a lot. We're not in the red, but we're close to the red.
Time to move.
My first big mission.
My aim is true. All the world on one arrow.
I have the best job.
It was right on my tail.
Let's boogie.
Oh, the doors.
Lead the target.
Never back down from what you believe.
They're coming. Hide.
Time for the moneymakers.
I can do this.
I wanted to preserve my LUX in case I needed her in a pinch. But I could have made a different play with the single combat. I could have also just killed off Draven and done so with my babbling Burg. That way I would lose LUX, but I would prevent the card draw from the Yurkin. And I think ultimately that was the better play, right? Because by doing this, I clear his board except for the Yurkin, and I can go for an open attack. So I think the better line was a single combat with the Burg that was blocking the Yurkin onto the Draven. Like in hindsight, I think that was definitely the best play. It allowed for, especially considering I had Tiana in my hand, it allowed for a clean attack. Because at that point, I didn't really need LUX. So yeah. What you say? Alright, so Anivia Thresh. I'm gonna drop the Judgment and the LUX.
The chains, they never stop!
These old eyes still see far and clear. I will keep us safe.
I just want to slap some big stats, big boy stats on the board
What does he want from me?
Look out for Reaver.
to start clearing these little guys.
I want to go home!
Alright, get the fuck out of here.
That light.
The fuck out of here!
Signal fires.
Alright, let's get rid of those. I am confused.
Mages can't hide from me.
Confine and contain.
Dude, this guy is like spreading out all over. Okay, so next turn we have that and that. Let's just try.
Control the mage.
To control their magic.
Should I be expecting a ruination here?
Stand in judgment. You have no alibi.
You have no alibi!
I see all. You can't outrun justice.
I'm gonna take ruination into account.
Just leave me alone!
So I want to go for a full-on attack here.
Protect Demacia. Contain magic.
Peacemakers' tombstones!
You weren't always this way.
The chains, they never stop!
All the world on one arrow. Faster than my arrow? I think not.
Petricite, protect me.
Banish the unworthy.
I want to go home! Home. Just leave me alone! I want to go home!
Hopefully no avalanche. Oh! Oh! My God! I know I could frostbite, but that's my backup plan. Like, I want to detain this first. He tried to go ninjutsu on me. I'm giving it to Babbling Burke because, well, an avalanche could happen. Man, an avalanche would be so fucking brutal, dude.
What does he want from me?
An avalanche would be insane.
You will be scoured from this land!
Avarosa, guide me!
Well, fuck.
Hope burns on.
Careless. Contain the arcane.
Playing this was probably a mistake.
So many years, so much misery.
Continue without me.
Denounce magic.
Well, we just found our win condition.
Stay safe, milady. Mages are everywhere.
Oh, don't you worry about me. I've been hiding my light too long!
Stop there!
A beacon through the dark!
Should probably killed this.
Stand in judgment. You have no alibi.
Get out of here!
Magic stops with me. What are you hiding?
GG. I made several bad calls. I should have blasted the 1/1, the last breath unit, because that way I didn't generate space for him to play another one of those huge dudes. I definitely misplayed that game. All right, I'm gonna step it up. I'm gonna step it up because I've been playing like a goof. All right, so we definitely mulligan you. We mulligan you. Harsh Winds is neat to have. I'm gonna keep Harsh Winds. Bird of Steel is also neat.
Do not fear the shrouded path.
A true Freljordian welcome.
I will unite the Freljord.
Save your worlds. We speak with blades.
Arrows at the ready.
Punish restraint. Only the woods.
Try me.
We go as one.
I'll protect the villages.
Avarosa, guide me! As the arrow flies!
An apt pupil.
My life for the Order.
We're tall as a mountain and covered in ice.
I don't want to go for single combat when you have so much mana available still.
Do not deny me.
Lead the target.
Only the worthy survive.
Nothing to worry about, if you have nothing to hide.
Our ancestors are watching!
Knocked and ready. These are dangerous lands.
Show me a target.
Arigato gozaimasu. Nice. Okay, I'm happy with how I played that one. Tuartle and Poranga, thank you guys for the prime. I'll keep the Ashe. But at the same time, she's not the greatest thing here.
Denounce magic.
I'm gonna start playing these guys just to develop a board.
Stand in judgment.
I'm gonna try to get a clean hit here.
Magic must be stopped.
Before it spreads.
These guys think magic is like coronavirus and shit. Chill. It's not that bad.
Knocked and ready.
All the world on one arrow.
Because right now, for 4 mana, he can't Grasp of the Undying here. He can't really kill off my Ashe, so I'm gonna go for an attack immediately.
The arrow flies.
Stay back.
Then I'm ooh, that's nice.
Save the host.
It's a clean hit.
Ashes in my wake.
Magic must be stopped.
Before it spreads.
We're gonna play double Investigators so that if we go for harsh winds here.
I cannot be sated.
Stay safe, milady. Mages are everywhere.
Oh, don't you worry about me. Better, brighter than before.
Swiftly now.
My cause is right. You have no alibi.
You have no alibi. We miss out on the ability to just go for a full attack here. I cry every time.
Going to the light.
These are foul magics.
Show me a worthy opponent.
You want a worthy
By
opponent?
my side.
You want a worthy opponent? Have the worthiest opponent of them all, big boy. I present you, Angry Woman.
We strike now.
How about that for a worthy opponent?
The time is right. Strike now. My aim is true.
All is as it should be. I trust my instincts.
I trust him too.